pharmaceuticals and about the thymus and about non-corporate medicine, one of the worst enemies you have is corporate America and this administration. So I didn't want to fail to get that in.
Yeah, and the wig makers won't be very happy with us
either. And the wig makers of America!
We're going to have to walk around with security guards after this show.
Oh, don't worry. I don't know if anybody's listening anymore. But, I want to thank you, Kimarie and Kat. Please, if you want to get involved and work with the hair gurus, the hair fairies, the activists, or know more about how you can help people's quality of life with hair enhancement, not cheesy celebrity hair enhancement, but life-affirming democratic hair enhancement. Please, and I mean democratic isn't it? It's for everybody.
Absolutely.
Good. A little more post-traumatic stress disorder can cause pattern baldness, and I know that during the quote-unquote troubles in Ireland, the Irish nationalist movement breaking away from England, there was a problem with young people losing their hair from complete stress of the bombings and the IRA versus the British occupation, and there was a movement to provide some of the young people with hair. And I was also telling Justin, my mother died when she was my age of cancer, and one of the things that happened is once she started to look sick and she lost her hair, she really lost hope. And there's something that no one can underestimate, the psychological component of your health. And when you are suffering through chemo treatments, once you lose, as a woman especially, your eyebrows, your eyelashes, and your hair, it's very, very difficult to keep that positive attitude. And I know in my mother's case, that really sealed the deal of despair. When she was indeed bald. And so the service you're providing, I don't think people think about what it means to people to get hair. And also insurance coverage isn't going to help out very much. And with the healthcare system the way it is in this country, it's not going to be very easy for women. They can't even get reproductive rights, let alone hair. Right. You know, or the morning after pill or things like that. So,
well, it's definitely demoralizing. And the thing I want to say about the actual hair loss, the insurance companies will pay for something called a prosthetic, which in our world is considered a wig or a piece or a toupee. Because what we do, the hair enhancement field, is actually only 10 years old, it's not accepted yet by the insurance companies as what we do is actually the best kind of prosthetic, because it's actually safe for hair that's growing back. The minute you stick a wig or a hairpiece on top of brand new baby growing back hair, you've actually cut off the oxygen that hair needs to grow back. So you're actually doing harm rather than good. So we definitely would like to make a statement to say that what we're doing is definitely should be considered a prosthetic, and there are definitely hoops you can jump through to have your insurance company pay for part of that. But for the most part, it's really for celebrities right now, and we just want to make sure people are aware that there's actually ways that you can prevent hair loss. This is huge. Not everybody knows this, and a doctor at Cedars-Sinai actually turned one of my clients onto this. There is thymus glandulars that people can take, and glandulars are considered a preventative, therapy. So no pharmaceutical company will share this with you, and no company can own the rights to it. So you'll never find out about it unless you go to an herbologist, right? But thymus peptides actually can prevent you from losing hair. And they actually give it to stars, actors and actresses who can't afford to lose their hair while they're in chemo because it's their career, right? Well, there's a lot more people that really, for demoralizing reasons, can't afford to lose their hair either. So when my customer came to me 2 years ago with about 2 inches of regrowth while she was in her 6th month of chemotherapy, she should be bald as a baby's butt. She was stage 4 cancer, right? It was stomach cancer. And she came to me, wanted to make sure that the thymus glandulars that she was taking, or in this case, Thymuskin Shampoo, which is a website you can go to actually. You can also check it out on my website, but thymuskinshampoo.com, you can go there and see all these pictures. If I hadn't have seen it with my own eyes, I would have thought, it was some, infomercial for yet another hair growth product. But when I looked up scientifically, I saw that after puberty, the thymus gland actually shrinks like a raisin after puberty. So if you can actually keep the thymus turned on while you're in chemo, you won't lose your hair. So you don't have to actually go out and get a wig. So this is, everybody, you should tell everyone you know. It's like 1 out of 3 people know someone with cancer or have it right now. And nobody knows about this, and it just drives me crazy. So the reason I wanted to come on this radio show is just to really let the world know and shout it from the mountaintops that you don't have to lose your hair anymore through chemo.
Well, you don't have to lose your hair anymore at all. It's not just for chemo patients, which, of course, that's an amazing benefit. But for anybody who's losing their hair, stress, Kimarie has a whole list of medications that people take, everyday medications that are actually...
I got to read these off.
They're incredible, and they actually make you lose your hair.
And you'll never know about it because it doesn't say it anywhere on the bottle, right? There's cholesterol-lowering drugs that cause you to lose hair, Parkinson's medications, there's ulcer drugs, Zantac, Integument, and Pepcid AC, Pepcid rather, whatever it's called, its legal name, Pepcid. There's all kinds of these drugs that cause hair loss. There's anticoagulants, antiarthritics, all drugs derived from vitamin A, actually. One of the main things that all these do is cause you to lose your hair first. That's the first sign that you're actually depleting yourself of vitamin B, first of all. And I'm going to go into that in a minute. All antidepressants. Hi, that's most of LA.
I would say most of the time.
Yeah, at this point.
There's a book called Overdosed America that you guys would be interested in about the pharmaceutical company and the sort of indoctrination in this culture. People just grow up under the auspices of believing in the pharmaceutical company or believing in the corporation, that they can trust it. And now with the new latest deregulations of the FDA by this administration, forget it. But and having said about the hair, I want to get back to what you were talking about, but don't misunderstand us, people. If you want to be bald, that's fine.
Go for
and
it.
if you don't mind losing your hair, again, fine. And there, you know, that guy Terry O'Quinn on Lost, fantastic. Looks fantastic. Bald fella.
Totally.
The guy Make It So from Star Trek Next Generation, what's his name? British dude.
Picard.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Looks fantastic. David Cross, fantastic. And women, Melissa Etheridge, bald. That's great. And we are not in any way casting aspersions on people who do not mind being bald, are comfortable with it. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is people who are traumatized further by hair loss and who don't know where to go and who are actually harming their bodies more by what the pharmaceutical industry offers them. And then also just wigs that look like wigs that don't, because your psychological status is as important to your health and your recovery as medication, holistic or otherwise, Eastern or Western medicine.